Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I thought I'd take a look at the Batman and the Outsiders Volume 1 hardcover edition released by DC Comics. I believe it was released in 2017, so it's been a few years ago, but this is a retro review, so that's okay. Um, for starters, I was a teenager when this came out. I was a young teenager, uh, just getting my first exposure to the direct comic market, as in the comic book shops, your local comic shops, LCS, and those were just like me. It was like me being a kid in a candy store. I loved exploring these direct market comic shops, and I any discretionary income I had as a young teenager, I can remember spending quite a bit on my comic collection. I had a pull list, and my favorites were always ready for me. And this was new. This was new to me. Uh, Mike W. Barr and Jim Aparo co-created Batman and the Outsiders. Uh, According to Mike W. Barr, they were going to cancel The Brave and the Bold. It had declined in sales, and they wanted to do something else, do something a little different. So Mike created The Outsiders, and Jim Aparo joined him. Mike wrote, Jim did the art. He had been the artist on The Brave and the Bold, and he continued with this, which I thought was fantastic because I've always loved Jim Aparo's artwork and his portrayals of Batman in particular. So I was already a fan when I saw this. I'm like, oh yes, Jim Aparo, this is great. I was also intrigued because the uh, the concept of Batman being part of a team was not new, of course. He'd been in the Justice League for a very long time. But at the time, I don't think there was another team he'd ever been a part of other than the Justice League. So this was quite intriguing to me because we see Batman actually quit the Justice League and form his own group of superheroes, which, was interesting, very interesting. Uh, I remember when these issues came out, and I decided to jump on the bad bandwagon, as we say, and start collecting the issues. This collects the first original issues. It specifically collects uh, Brave and the Bold number 200, Batman and the Outsiders 1 through 13, and New Teen Titans 37. Here's the front of the cover. Again, great artwork by Jim Aparo. Here's the spine. You can tell it's volume 1. They did come out with a volume 2 and a volume 3. Here's the back, and again, it tells you what's in it here in the back. Price wise, it was $50 retail when it first came out. I've looked it up. It's still in print. It's still available. It's quite easy to get, and you can get it, heck, just off Amazon. It's available, and it's cheaper than uh, the the cover price. So if you can want to get it there, or maybe another online retailer, and you can definitely get it cheaper than cover price. So yeah, don't pay the cover price for it. It's not something that you need to do. Uh, I like that inside the dust jacket here, we've got a brief introduction to the new heroes. of this team. We've got Black Lightning, Geoforce, Halo, Katana, and Metamorpho. Of course, Black Lightning and Metamorpho had already existed in the DC Comics universe, but Geoforce, Halo, and Katana were new at the time. The inside is it's black. You can't see it, but the Batman and the Outsiders logo and Mike W. Barr's name and Jim Apato's name is imprinted on this, but you can't even see it. The Outsiders is on the spine. I don't even know why they bothered, because you can't really even tell. Here's all the credits. And we've got an introduction, a reminiscence by Mike W. Barr about the creation of Batman and the Outsiders. And here it starts. Batman and the Outsiders #1. And it's the same as on the cover. This is what really grabbed me at the comic store, just seeing Batman rag on the Justice League, calling him a 2-bit Justice League, and leaving, joining his own team. That grabbed me. So I definitely purchased it. It was good marketing to do that on the cover. We see in this issue why Batman quits the Justice League. And it's a good reason. His business colleague and friend Lucius Fox is sent away to Europe on a business trip by Bruce Wayne, and gets caught up in the Markovian Revolution. That's where he went, Markovia. So he goes to the Justice League and tells them that he wants them to come and help him get Lucius out of there, rescue his friend. And Superman tells him, unfortunately, we're not going to do that. Wonder Woman joins him and backs him up. They said that the State Department talked to him, and they didn't want the Justice League involved. No troops, no involved. We're not getting into it. It's their own problem. And Batman is seriously ticked off, because this is his friend. And he explains that this is his life, this is his mission, that he can't just ignore his friend or ignore people suffering from crime and problems that he as Batman can deal with. So in response to Superman saying that no member of the Justice League would interfere, Batman does the logical thing and say, okay, then effective immediately, I resign. So, not making Superman a liar. And I love this interaction here where Superman tells him that the three of us, him, Batman, and Wonder Woman, have always served as an example to others. And Batman simply replies, I never asked for that, Superman. I never wanted to imitate me, only fear me. And I thought that was great. I just was like, yeah, that's Batman to a T. So I loved it already. It was a good issue. We got our introduction to the characters. Black Lightning, Katana, Halo, and Geoforce, and Metamorpho. And we go on to issue number 2 with Baron Bedlam. I love how in the cover that you can tell the era that this came out in. Like I said, 1983 is when this came out, and at the time we had Superman 3 at the movie. Excuse me, Superman 3 at the movie theater, and yeah, I saw Superman 3 at the movie theater, and other than the fight between Dark Superman and Clark Kent, it was quite forgettable. uh, anyway, how's the quality of this book? Well, the pages are made from recycled paper, so it feels a little coarse. It's good paper, but it's closer to what comic book paper is, and not quite as rough, of course, because it's recycled. But it's good. It's good. I'm not unhappy with the quality of it. Uh, I just love Jim Apato's artwork. He does great. Um, I like that Batman serves as not only a leader, but an advisor and a mentor to the rest of the team. And you know what? They look up to him and they respect him. And it gives you an insight into how Batman thinks as well, because Mike W. Barr said that sometimes Batman has had to explain himself to the team, and he's not used to doing that. So it gave some interesting insights into what Batman's thought processes are. Here we have I guess a crossover. No, not really a crossover. They went into the new Teen Titans, and I guess it was a crossover. Marv Wolfman wrote this. George Perez did the layouts, because of course it's New Teen Titans. It's New Teen Titans 37. That's the issue. And in here we learn something that Marv Wolfman had suggested to Mike W. Barr, and that was this right here. Let's see, where was it? Here we go, right here. Geoforce and Terra from the Teen Titans meet up, and it turns out that they're brother and sister. That was previously unknown, but it was a good idea, and Marv Wolfman had suggested it. Mike thought it was a good idea too, and so that's why they did it. And it was great to see Batman interacting with the Teen Titans and Robin again. Here we have issue number 5, and the Teen Titans are involved in Batman and the Outsiders title. I think what I like about the Outsiders title is it was just a lot of fun. They came up with some interesting villains and side characters, good stories. I mean, nothing I would say is like earth-shattering, but fun to read. And I think that's what I liked most about it, was fun to read. And that's what you want in a comic book, something that's fun. You're not interested in just soap opera, nothing but dialogue and head talking and things like that. No, this was action-packed, it was thoughtful, and like I said, best of all, it was fun. I did not collect every single issue. Even though I did buy the issues, it was not on my pull list. Obviously, as a teenager, I had a limited budget, and I could only get so many issues per week when they came out, or per month when they came out. And so sometimes I did not pick up Batman and the Outsiders. But I did pick up quite a few. Now, my understanding is that Batman and the Outsider just did return in more recent years, but I'll be honest, I don't know anything about that. Have any of you read the more recent Batman and the Outsiders issues? If you have, let me know about it. What happened? Is it the same team? What were they doing? Is it just like a reboot, or did they just come back together again for some reason? Let me know. I am interested. Um, Again, this is just classic '80s art. Uh, I remember this issue. This was the origin of Katana. Now, Katana has been a breakout star who started out in The Outsiders. Katana has actually made it into recent uh, on screen adventures, like in the Arrowverse, for those of you that enjoy the Arrow show on the CW. She was also in the first Suicide Squad movie, the Beware of the Batman animated series. So she, out of everybody in the Outsiders, has become part of DC's uh, TV universe. Not movie universe, but TV universe anyway. She's become uh, a character of her own. Well, no, movie universe. Because what am I thinking? Suicide Squad. Um, I don't know that she would ever carry her own movie or TV show, but it was great to see her in action and remember her from her adventures in Batman and the Outsiders. Um, Unfortunately, the other characters I don't think got quite so famous. Uh, this is the last issue in this volume, issue number 13, and it does continue on. There are, like I said, there are two more volumes. If anyone is interested in me taking a look at the other two, let me know. Um, what are the extras in this book? There are actually a few. Not very much, but there's a few. Here are cover art for the new Teen Titans and Batman by George Perez and Jim Aparo. We have a Batman and Outsiders art by Jim Aparo right here. We also have a house ad from 1983 that was used to advertise the upcoming first issue of Batman and the Outsiders. And there we have some character designs of Halo, Katana, and Geoforce by Jim Aparo. So there we have it, Volume 1. I like it. I liked it enough that I collected Volumes 2 and 3. If you're a Batman fan, I think this is a good read and you wouldn't be disappointed. If you like Batman and the Outsiders, you already know them. This is a good collection to have. If you're new to it, I recommend it. If it's something you were familiar with from times past, it's nice to revisit it again. I really enjoyed it. It brought back my teenage years in full force. So definitely pick yourself up a copy. It's available. It's not expensive. And I think you'll enjoy it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.